so good. Oh, it's so good. Oh, anyways, hopefully you're having a good day. No 360 cam today. Just out here, we're riding back from work. Get a good little half day in, then go back do some editing. Got a big project and all that, so that's fun. I am so happy to be out here on the motorcycle. Every time I leave the house, I'm like, oh wow, this is fantastic. I do think I do need to make a small adjustment. I am driving a little bit more aggressively than I'd like, and it's something I just need to check myself on, where I'm like, oh, like I think there's times on the motorcycle where you are just going to drive more aggressively. Oh, I'm sorry, brother. And yeah, there's times where you're just going to drive more aggressively. That's part of the deal. Someone will leave you space and you'll shoot past a few cars and you're like, oh, and then you're free and clear of everyone. But there was a few days where I was maybe making bad decisions and how I was riding, and not quite entitled, because you can't be entitled on the motorcycle, you know, or else it's like squish. But I was pressing. I was pressing other vehicles, and I was like, oh, I should stop that behavior. One, it's not that serious. Two, I'm on a motorcycle, so already I'm going to be having a good time when I'm commuting. And then also, law of gross tonnage. I'm gonna lose that fight. That's not something that's gonna go in my favor. I was gonna take the freeway today, but I just want to cruise on these little city streets. Yeah. So I don't know if other people combat that. I don't know how much other people think about their riding though, or if it's just like, oh yeah, I just want to go. This is also, you know, I need to look on the exact date, but it hasn't been long that I've been riding, so I think I'm trying to hyperanalyze everything. And I was talking to my dad the other day, and he was like, dude, you're thinking about it too much. He's like, just go have fun. And I'm like, yeah. I get that. But also, spiritually, no, I'm kidding. Like, spiritually, what does it mean to ride a motorcycle? No. But, you know, it's just being like, I feel like I'm doing a good job, but I just like to check in and ask and be like, hey, am I doing this right? Is this the proper way to take a turn? Like, how should I be maximizing the efficiency here? And it's not because I think it's like some crazy sports thing where I'm like, oh yeah, I need to hit the perfect apex of the turn, which is cool, but that's not what it is for me. For me, it's just like, I want to make sure I'm not doing something silly and dumb where I mess up and then people tell me retroactively, hey, no, you should not have been doing that. And then I'm like, oh, well, that would have been super awesome knowledge to know, but I didn't have. And yeah, and I think that's because my first little spill that I had, I should get out of the left lane. I'm blocking Fast Boy over here. I think we're good now. But yeah, the first spill I had on the bike is because I don't know what I lost. I took the MSF, I took everything, like I was like, oh cool, I know all. I wasn't using my rear brake nearly enough. I thought it was a suggestion, you know, like, oh yeah, you can use your rear brake, or when you're going 45 miles an hour and someone in front of you just, you know, slams on the brakes, you can slam on your brakes by fully gripping 4 fingers on that front brake. And what ends up happening to the informed people out there is, you know, you eat shit. You dump the bike, and then, you know, a Mustang come towards you and you freak out. You're like, oh God, I'm gonna die. But you're all good because the Mustang owner slowed down. And then some lady is shouting your name, being like, or not your name, but being like, sir, are you okay? Are you okay? Are you okay? And you don't hear any of it because your adrenaline's going because you just ate shit. Or some other made-up example. But yeah, no, it was, I think after that, maybe that's why I want those check-ins where I'm like, hey, am I doing everything right, or am I making silly mistakes, and that's going to catch up to me, and I don't want that. Thank you. This guy is on my tuchus. I'm trying to go, man, but this guy in front is not give me what I need. You give me a second longer, I'll get out of your way, buddy. But until then, you and me are stuck, intertwined, our fates. I wasn't going to be able to safely stop at that. I'm sure this guy's running. Yep. Seems like the type. Gonna get around this. Just get away from Dr. Trouble back there. Oh, okay, I feel better. I feel like I can breathe. But yeah, just nice and easy. No crazy twisties today or anything like that. I do want to make an effort to get on more curvy, twisty roads because it is so fun and so nice, and like flicking it over. The other day though, when I don't know if maybe with like the Yamaha FJR 1300, maybe it's not flicking it over, maybe it's flopping it over. She's a big hefty girl, you know. She got some weight to her. I'm gonna catch up just to kind of use this car. I do that sometimes. I'll like use a car as cover, but you got to be careful because if you're behind them, it kind of hides you. There was a guy the other day. I was about to turn left. I was in a car. Ew, gross. And this motorcyclist just, appeared out of nowhere, and I was like, man, I'm like actively searching for you in my vision, and I didn't see you, and so I was like, oh wow. So if you're not riding, even that not being able to see factor goes up by 45 million or some crazy number. Oh, they got done with this school. Nice. It looks good. It's way cooler than the school I went to. Yeah. We're all gonna slow down just 'cause we don't know what people are gonna do. And we break worse and all sorts of stuff. Yep. Everything's good. You're good, right? Yeah, you like me. You're not gonna hurt me. You would never do that. We're friends. Why would you hurt your friend? Unless you were a secret spy. I'm gonna go in here and grab this food. Oh, I've been doing that a lot more lately. I'll go and I won't get quite to second. I'll throw it in neutral. Every so often, I'm downshifting like that. It'll go into neutral, and then I'm just like, oh no, where is my engine braking? I fundamentally am not happy that I don't have that. And then I realize, and I downshift, and everything's okay. So no biggie there. No biggie. We're gonna back it on it. I do miss the 250 because I could do the kickstand thing where you put down the kickstand and you flip it around that way. But on this, I do not trust it. My shoe's untied. Of course. Do you guys feel weird about having your helmet on in places? Sometimes I feel weird, like I just don't want to freak someone out that I have a helmet on, and they're like, are you a nefarious actor here to do no good? I'm like, man, I just don't want to undo this strap. Usually I take it off, like 99.9% of the times. Like that was That was not usual for me to leave the helmet on. It felt weird. It felt like I was going against their trust. I should probably, turn it on. Probably a little important. Okay. I can't remember what I was talking about. Oh, the 250. Just I looked over some old footage of that, and I would just pin that thing into the RPMs, and it was almost like I was refusing to shift. It would be like, no. I was like, I don't want to shift. I had like one of my first rides on there. Well, the first rides since I got like a camera working. Yeah, I put like, I can't remember exactly. I think I put 2,000 miles on that bike, or 1,900. I put like a good amount of miles on that little motorcycle, and to make the jump from that to this, I guess, is the only reason I think it's okay is because I'm, a bit older, and this is a sports touring bike. Like, yes, I can get into trouble with it, for sure, as you can with like any motorcycle, I think. But it's also not like, 210 horsepower with like 460 pounds. Like, this is a bigger bike. Yes, it's a 1300cc, but it's only 143 horsepower and everything, so it can get going. But even, dude, what is up? You're in my butt crack. What is? I do this very petty thing when people get close to me, and I just slowly inch back, just little by little. I lift my brake, my foot off the rear brake, and I just get closer and closer. And then usually by this next light, they understand to give me space. Super petty. I'm fully aware, but it just, for me, I like it. I like it. I could be doing worse things. That's really not that bad. But also, the other thing is, I used to duck bill. I know I've talked about this before, but it was just things now. It's just cool how you get knowledge, and then you look back on stuff and you're like, oh, I was so silly. But at the time you were like, oh yeah, no, this is cool. This is how you do this. Can I go this way? I never go back this way. I always go straight and then turn like I'm going to my old house. But we're gonna try this way. Words. I was using words. There was a cop there, and my brain just went, huh. I think that was a Jeep. It wasn't even a cop. Okay. Oh, yeah, I used to duck bill, like, a lot, where I wouldn't have my foot or the ball of my feet up on the pegs, I would, I'd have them swayed out like that. And it's just cool to look back with the knowledge that you've amassed and be like, oh, cool, there's been progress here. And it's also nice because I'm like, that's the reason I started filming myself. Also, I just wanted to get better at it. There's some times where I have to speak to camera and it's weird, and you don't like your face and all that stuff, whatever weird things there. But yeah, it's just cool to be able to look back and be like, oh, I have progressed. Like, that's a bad habit I used to have, whatever. And then also to remember these little moments. Like, I took a mini trip down to the lake the other day, and it was obscenely hot. And at the time, I was not. I started having fun like halfway through, but I don't know. I was in kind of a sassy, annoying mood. And you know what? Let's try. Do we want to try this way? Yeah, let's try this way. I was in kind of a sassy, annoying mood, And I was just halfway through I started having fun, but I was like, oh, this is good practice for when I eventually take, you know, like a little trip somewhere. I'm like, oh, this'll be good. Like I didn't use a map. Like I looked at the map before and then I just went, and then when I stopped at the gas station I was like, okay, let's check again. But I didn't want to have my phone up here and do all that, but I kind of enjoyed getting lost a little bit. And then after that I ended up past Denton, which was like an hour and a half away, or maybe an hour. I don't know how long it was, but it was just like 5 or 6 hours of riding around, and it was pretty damn glorious, pretty damn special. I very much enjoyed it. I was like, this is good. And on a sports touring bike, I was like, I'm finally using this bike for what it's meant to. And I almost have this paid off, just because I borrowed a little bit of money for it. And then after that, I think I'm gonna, not that I'm unhappy with this bike in any way, shape, or form, and I do need to save for, you know, some life stuff or whatever, but also, or whatever, just, you know, life, housing, a home. But I want maybe a more flickable bike. It doesn't even, maybe like a 700 or something. I don't know. That's cool. I wanted to ask her if she ever felt the breeze or not, you know? Then I was like, she's probably having a good day. Some like weirdo on a motorcycle asking her questions. Usually people have a good time with that though, because it breaks up the pattern. That's what I find. I think that's why I ask random people questions, because I'm like, I feel like this breaks up the pattern of their day. Maybe that's why I love the motorcycle. Also because I feel free and I can readily explore. But there does, I feel like there does have to be a sense of adventure with a motorcycle, because it's like, whether you're riding for like speed, or you're trying to get somewhere, or you're just trying to, like, you know, work your mind, whatever it is, it's so good. It's so good. But I think there's adventure baked into that. But I'm also on a sports touring bike, so which I have not really adventured with. Like I've gone maybe like 2 hours away up to like Lake Texoma, which isn't bad. It's a good start. But I know there's some Giga Chad, probably named Brian, that's had 8 of these and has modded out and put like crash cage bars and everything, and like, this is what you gotta do. You gotta get your first 800 miles in. I don't want to, Brian. Maybe I don't want to. Maybe it's too hot. Maybe I want to wait a month and a half and I want to rent an MTO 9 and I want to ride that around, see what that's like, see what's up, while I enjoy this awesome bike. I have no plans on selling this bike. I like adore this bike, but I also want to try other ones because, you know, why wouldn't you? It's so pretty around here. I don't know. Most people have been pretty nice, but then some people get all sorts of weird. I've actually gotten a lot more flack than I thought for wearing a jacket, which I'm like, I don't want to wear this thing, but I also know that the day I don't is the day I eat shit, and then my skin is just displaced over, you know, 500 feet while I slide, and then I need new arm skin that I get from my butt, and then all my friends call me ass arms for all of time, and I don't really need that. So jacket, even though it sucks. I will say the other day I did hop on the bike for like a second, and I was in shorts and sneakers and a t-shirt, And that felt cool. I was like, this is cool. I had a helmet and gloves on too, and I just went like around the neighborhood because I put some air in the tires, and I just wanted to see how it felt and if it felt any different. And I was just like, oh, okay, this does make a marketable difference. If this guy needs to turn, I will also turn. I will cave into peer pressure. Why are you so close to my butthole? Everyone's obsessed with my butthole. Oh, the motorcycle. I was getting so butthurt the other day that it took me this long. And every time I come to the same conclusion. Like, I think if I hopped on it sooner, I was fated to die or hurt myself or something. I think, I don't know if other people do this, but I've reflected on big chunks of my life and been like, oh no. And I'm kind of done doing that. I'm just like, oh, I mean, it is what it is. You know, it happened. And I think it's pretty unhealthy to, stew on that old stuff, because it's like, that's old shit. That doesn't matter anymore. It's gone. Gone like a fart in the wind. And I've been a lot happier since I started doing that. Go figure. If this guy turns right, I'm gonna feel like a weenie. No, he's not. He's also a weenie like me. Weenies! Okay. Well, I got much else. I think it's been like maybe 9 months, a year since I've been riding. It feels like longer. I think just because I've been like out physically on the street quite a bit, and I know a lot of people just that I've talked to that have been riding for a similar amount of time haven't put a similar amount of miles. And I mean, and that's with me not having a bike for months. I'm just like, oh, I guess it's just me driving around now. What's going on here? We're gonna go one more street. Yeah, I think we're gonna go one more. But yeah, I think I've just been a little reflective on riding and doing all the cool stuff and things, and it's just been nice. It's been cool to look back and see progress, because I think you want progress and improvement in everything, and to be able to see it and be like, oh, okay, I have done cool stuff. I think I was stagnating. And just doing the same roads over and over, and like hyper getting too I don't know, judgy. I'm looking for the right word. I'm not gonna find it. It's gone. It's gone forever. But I was just being too hypercritical on just me not doing the cool stuff that I told myself I wanted to do. And just forgetting that, oh, like this, just being on this bike, a year ago would have been horrifying. Like, I would have dropped it. It would have been heavy, and I for sure wouldn't have been able to do slow speed stuff. Forget trying to do a U-turn in it. Literally impossible for me. It would have been impossible for me. And now I can. And we have a family friend. He has a Ducati Street Fighter V4S, right? And he threw me on that when I had that 250, and that bike felt insane. Which I'm sure if I hopped on it now, still would feel insane. I'm not saying that I'm like, oh yeah, I've been on this FJR 1300. I know how to handle that. No. Don't get it twisted. I still know that's a monster of a motorcycle, but I feel confident that I wouldn't immediately murder myself and explode. And I think that is cool to know and feel and actually trust that, yeah, no, I would be okay on that bike, and it would be fun to ride, and maybe I can, I know he's trying to sell it right now, but I'm gonna try and bother him to go on a little tiny spin on it. So hopefully he hasn't sold it yet. I don't know, I haven't talked to him in a few days, so we'll see what's going on there. That's good around. Okay, I hope you're having a good day. Hope everything's cool. Hopefully you you know, are finding a cool hobby. Hopefully you have a cool hobby right now. Okay, bye.